The Witch's Lake. Once upon a time, in the deep forests of Hungary, there was a mysterious lake called a Bozókani Tavar, or the Witch's Lake. The villagers believed it was enchanted, and no one dared to swim in its dark, still waters. According to legend, a powerful sorceress named Zsufia had cursed the lake centuries ago, and anyone who entered it would vanish, pulled into the depths by her ghostly hand. In a nearby village lived a young girl named Eva, who was both curious and daring. She often heard her grandmother's stories of the witch and her lake, but she never truly believed them. So one misty autumn morning, she decided to visit the lake and see if the stories were true. As Eva walked through the forest, she could feel the air grow colder and heavier. When she reached the lake, it was still as glass, reflecting the gray sky. She stepped closer, peering into the water, when suddenly, a soft voice called her name. It was faint, like a whisper carried by the wind. Eva, Eva. Shivers ran down her spine, but her curiosity was stronger than her fear. Who's there? She called. The voice replied, come closer. I have something beautiful to show you. Drawn in by the mysterious call, Eva took another step, and then another, until her shoes touched the water's edge. As she gazed down, she saw a shadowy figure slowly rising from the depths. It was a woman with long, dark hair and eyes that seemed to glow with an eerie light. She reached out a bony, pale hand toward Eva. Just then, Eva remembered something her grandmother had once said. If the lake calls your name, never look into the water. Instead, throw salt over your shoulder and run. Quickly, Eva reached into her pocket, where she happened to have a small bag of salt her grandmother had given her for good luck. She threw it over her shoulder and turned to flee. As she ran, she heard a scream of anger from behind her, a shriek so chilling it echoed through the trees. She didn't stop until she was safely back in her village. From that day on, Eva always listened carefully to her grandmother's stories. And every villager knew, whenever they passed by a Bozókani Tavar, to keep their eyes averted, for fear that the witch might call their name, and they might not be as lucky as Eva. The end.